In today's segment, we're going to be setting up and checking for sharpness on our reel unit. What we're about to show you here today, you can apply to any particular reel model or reel unit that you have. It's basically the same thing across the board. For this particular demonstration, I have a red machine that we're going to be using. Some tools that you're going to need for this particular make and model. For everyone, whichever one you have, you're going to need an AccuGauge. This particular one is an analog. You may have a digital, whichever works for you. You're also going to need 5/8 open end wrench, a 5/8 socket. I have a deep well. What I did, I welded an Allen wrench T-handle to it. Makes it easier for me to adjust the reels. You're also going to need bedknife facing tool, whichever one you have, whichever one you're used to. I'm using a model made by Simplex. It's an Ingersoll Rand, air-powered. And last but not least, the most important, good pair of gloves and safety glasses. Very important. So now that we're all set up and ready to go, let's get started. We're going to go ahead and face our bed knife, coming across the long edge with our facer. The first thing I want to do is I want to back away my bed knife from the reel, allowing my reel to spin freely. So when I come across with the facer, this is not in the way and I'm able to freely move it across the knife. Okay, once you have faced your bed knife, have a nice sharp edge all the way across. Want to go ahead and adjust your bed knife back to your reel at what you prefer. No contact, light contact. Okay, now that we have our bed knife faced and our reel adjusted to where we're cutting paper across, the next step is to set our height of cut. What I do, you have a bolt on either side of the front roller. On this particular unit, this is where we adjust our height. What I do is I loosen up the 5/8 inch nut and I snug it back down just to remove any slack in the adjustment. Okay, now that we have our bed knife faced, adjust it to the reel, check for sharpness. We have paper cutting all the way across. Now we're going to set our height of cut. Okay. Now we're going to put the AccuGauge on the roller, on the unit. You got to make sure that this part sits right over the bed knife, just like so. Okay, with this particular unit, this is the one we use for our nursery. And the setting is going to change to 177. What I'd like to do is just very lightly hold your AccuGauge up against your unit and turn your bolt. And as you can see, the adjustment coming down. We're going to go ahead and set it to 177. You want to do the same thing to the other side. You're going to go back and forth until you're even all the way across the bed knife. Okay, now that we have our height set up, I want to go ahead and take the time to grease the unit up. Any grease fittings that might need greasing. I also take the time to check the oil while I'm at it and while the machine is in. Check the belts, check the pulleys, tires, what have you, and avoid from having the machine coming back while it's operation. Hey, I want to thank you guys for joining me. It's been fantastic. We hope to see you next time. Have a great day. Take care.